Okay, well, hello again. Just sort of do a little update. I was going to do an unboxing and all that, but I thought, oh no, that's a bit boring, isn't it? Just opening a box. But this is the new piece of equipment. This is the GFX100S Mark II. This is what I've purchased. I was going to buy the previous version again, but I went to Wet Photography and they had this one which had been a mail order return, so it was reduced, and on top of that they had 10% off all like returned equipment, used equipment. So I got another £420 off. So it was a no-brainer. I thought, no, I'll get the newer version. And I bought the 45 2.8 lens to go with it, which keeps it really. I mean, look, it's still heavy compared to the previous version. It's basically exactly the same, apart from it's got this lovely finish on this one. This beautiful, I don't know what, there is a name what they call it, but yeah, it's really lovely. But apart from that, it's exactly the same as the old version. But the differences are under the hood. This has 7 frames per second instead of 5, and even more interesting, if I turn this on, if you bear with me, if I can find it, of course, because I'm still getting used to it. Just bear with me. Is it under here? Oh, that's the focus points. Oh, and I've done it again. Zone customs, is that it? It's got all these different settings. Yeah, you can set all these AFC customs. You've got multi-purpose, ignore obstacles. It's got loads of tracking situations, subject tracking, and the subject tracking, it's got bird, automobiles, trains, planes. So it's really good. I mean, that is, it's got the upgraded sensor. So I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. And I always think the upgraded, not sensor, the upgrade, well, yeah, it is an upgraded sensor and processor. So I think the previous one was 4, this one has the 5. So it's got the same one as the GFX100 Mark II. And I just don't think the GFX, I did look at that. I like the fact that it's got a removable viewfinder, although how often you'd remove it is probably, more of a gimmick than anything else. But this one does basically have 95% of what that camera has. So it seemed a no-brainer. I mean, these aren't cheap. So my next video will be, now I've got this, I will be putting the 500mm Nikon lens with the adapter onto this, and I'll show you how the photos come out and how it works. So that will be the next thing to do, which I will probably do this week sometime, and probably put that video out over the weekend. Yeah, I mean, it would just be a couple of test shots. It would just basically show you how the images work and what the autofocus is like. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a medium format camera. It's not going to be like your your Sony A1 or your Nikon Z8 or, you know, your Canon R3 or whatever. It's not going to be that kind of speed, but it does give you the option of it. You know, they've improved to the point where you can now shoot sports. I think you can always shoot wildlife. You don't need a fast action camera to shoot wildlife, because most wildlife doesn't move at 100 miles an hour. I mean, sports you do, because sports tend to be fast moving action all the time. Wildlife doesn't do that, so I don't go along with this. You need fast cameras, and unless you are literally just shooting birds in flight or something like that. But obviously they've improved, and this 100 megapixels, as I showed you before, you know, it's just tremendous the way you can crop, and that's going to be really nice for some wildlife shooting or anything come to that. So I'm going to test this one out with the adapter, and we'll see how and I'll show you some shots and see how well it works, because it will save you. I as I said before, I wanted to buy at least one lens that goes with the system. You know, I don't want to solely use adapted lenses. I did want, and this was a fairly, I thought this would make a nice walk around lens, you know, without it being too big, and you're not going to get anything much. They do a 50mm like pancake lens, which is even smaller, but that's fairly small, and that's, you know, that'd be nice to walk around with and do some shots, certainly. Rather than just have the 45-100 lovely lens, but it was big. It made everything big. I may get that lens at a later point. I'm looking at another lens actually. I may think about that one, the 100-200. That's supposed to be really good. But anyway, I just thought to catch up with you. This is my new bit of equipment. This one won't be going back. This one will be staying. And I'll catch up with you when I've done the test shots, and I'll show you how good it is using your f-mount lenses, and see what results come out with that. So I'll be doing that next. So till then, take care.